So can I get a link? Share. How do I share it? Share in a post. New live link.
Where are you sharing it?
On a post on YouTube.
Okay.
Wait. Shit. There we go. Okay. Okay, I've got people back. Okay. I'm back up. People are saying I'm back up. Hi, everybody. So you're seeing me now? Are you seeing me on the same link? Or is this a new link? Ralph, you don't have me yet?
No, I don't have you yet. Tell me what the answer to that question is.
Answer to what question?
If it's the same link still.
Yeah, new link. Everybody's saying it's a new link. Okay. So for those...
I'm going to refresh this and see if it picks it up now.
Go to my home page on YouTube and join new live. Sorry, everybody. I'm going to give directions to people who may not have figured out the new link. So in the old... Here we go.
I got a notification.
You got a notification?
Yeah. You'll get a notification, the bell on the top right-hand side there. Yeah.
Okay, the bell on the top, the right, and I have 199 people here already, so we still have we're still a couple hundred behind. Yeah. Sorry about that, everyone. That was totally my mistake. I found you. Can't hide. I know I can't hide. Got a notification. Okay, so everybody, okay, you should get a notification. Look for bell on top right of screen. Okay, and I'm exiting out of the old one now. Exiting out of here now to join new. See ya there. All right.
Haven on Wheels posted the link, but he needs to post it on the old one, not the new one.
Oh, why am I seeing a video? Super cuts fail on my channel. Okay. All right, sorry guys. I'm trying to find your chat now. I'm trying to go back. Videos. Live. Okay, I'm back. Wait. Okay. Is everybody... Well, everybody's here, so I'm no use giving you the link, right? You're already here.
295.
Okay. All right. 295 watching. And how many did we have? 700? No, we didn't have that many, did we?
We're over 300.
We're over 300. So, okay. So, pop out chat. All right, everybody. So, where were we? Hi. Do you want to hear you want to start answering some questions? You want to start asking questions? We have 300 and 800. It was 400. So 313. So we're getting there. And Renee says you look so happy. Thanks for spreading cheer. I will be going to work in a few minutes. You're a nurse at a local elderly center. That's very nice. Awesome. Thank you for being here. Hablamos español un poquito, muy poquito. Not really. But Feliz Navidad. Para tu y tus familia. How was that? All right. African stew. Yes. Okay. So hi, everybody. Welcome. I'm going to start answering some questions. Do you want to hear some of the questions that people have been asking me about RV life and stuff in general? So who wants to start? Ralph or Larry? Who wants to start? Ralph is going to start.
I'll go.
All right.
Bernie Morrell asks.
Can you hear him? Bernie Morrell asks.
Do you think you will head east again? If so, will you meet up with some of your fans?
So Bernie wants to know, and she asked me this question on Patreon. She asked me if I'm going to be heading east again, and if so, will I be meeting up with some of my viewers? And the question is, eventually, yes. Eventually, I'm going to go everywhere. I don't have any immediate plans for going east because I've got some things lined up over the next 6 months. Although once the trip to Paris and Germany are done, I'm pretty much free. I'm thinking there is a possibility this time next year I will be east of the Mississippi. Maybe spend my winter in Georgia, Florida, instead of here in the desert. So... but that means not going to the Rubber Tramp Rendezvous again. But I think that we'll see. We'll see. Everything is kind of up in the air. Meetups are hard for me. A lot of you have been asking and really disappointed because I'm not going to the RTR Rubber Tramp Rendezvous this year, and a lot of you are disappointed that you're not going to get to meet me. And I'm sorry for that. But meetups, the thing about the RTR is it's a confined space, and last year Bob's team did a phenomenal job. I was dealing with grieving Capone, I was dealing with death threats, I was dealing with harassment, I was dealing with harassing threats. I was a mess last year, frankly, and Bob's team did a phenomenal job of surrounding me to make sure I was safe. Literally, like, I had people walking me to and from the stage to my camp to make sure I was safe. Now, for me to be in Tennessee and have to do a meetup, and I know this is going to sound crazy, but that would mean I'd need support. I'd either need to hire help, maybe security, you know, and at the RTR, I have 200-300 people who show up to meet me. How do I manage a crowd like that? So logistics, I know it's crazy. I know it's crazy. Can't believe I'm even saying this, you know, but the logistics of the crowds that I would have to deal with, you know, of course, you know, if I have them spread, it's just a lot to deal with and a lot that I have to think about. So, you know, I figured New Zealand would be easy. I've got maybe 20 viewers in New Zealand, right? And so that'll be an easy one. I don't have to necessarily manage a crowd and think too much about security. I'll just have it in a public place, and, you know, maybe I'll have a couple people volunteering. But meetups aren't as easy as you might think. So when a lot of you ask, why aren't you meeting your viewers more? That's why. It's not just, I can't just say, here's my pin, come and get me. You know, I still have a guy waiting trial for threatening my life who spent 8 months in jail. And these are real concerns of sharing, of being a YouTube creator. So I hope that, hope you understand. All right, Larry's got a question for me from the fan club.
Gail Walker says, just want to know how you're doing, and are you just so excited to be heading to New Zealand?
Who is that?
Gail Walker.
Gail Walker asked me, hi Gail, thank you. She just wants to know how am I? I've been kind of going through some stuff lately, right? And if I'm excited about New Zealand. You know what, I'll touch on it. I'm okay. I'm better than I was at this point when I lost Capone. Losing Capone was earth-shattering. I mean, this was, but in a very different way. But really, my whole world dropped out from underneath me when I lost Capone. And 13 and a half years. Huck has been hard, but not as hard. And I don't want to sound cold. It was hard, but it was just, he was only with me for 2 months. And in the end, because of his illness, I just knew I had to, the more distance I'm getting, the more I know I did the right thing. And I did the best thing for him. He's at peace now. He's happy, whatever. And so that's really kind of helping give me some comfort that this time around. And so I'm actually doing surprisingly well. I'm not thinking about it a whole lot. I'm keeping busy. I've been around people a lot. I've been traveling a lot. So thank you for asking about me. I appreciate that. And yes, I am excited about going to New Zealand. I'm very excited about going to New Zealand. I think I said in the last video, so I've got a 4-day backpacking trip they call tramping, scheduled on an island, off the North Island. And then I'm flying there, flying back, and then flying down to Christchurch, where I'm renting a camper van. And 8 days I'm going to spend freedom camping, they call it, boondocking basically, and in the camper van. And then I have another week, and I don't have any plans. I don't have anything scheduled. I don't have any flights. I don't have any hotels. So I kind of don't know what I'm doing yet, but that's kind of how I like to travel. So I am getting excited. I've been really busy, haven't really had a lot of time to think about it beyond the initial preparations that I made, but I am getting excited. So I'll take so I know okay. So Lark asks, I'm going to go ahead and take a question from these guys right now. So Lark asks, what type of and brand of shoes and hiking boots do you use? So Nancy Lee also asked me the same question because I did the review on I did a video review of what I wore on the Pacific Crest Trail, the Merrells, the Obos, and the Ultras. And I talked about how neither one of them were really like perfect for me, and that I needed to find some new shoes for New Zealand. So this is what I've ended up with. Ta-da! Meet my new hiking shoes. Ta-da! What do you think? Melissa Mariani. Hi, Melissa. Thank you so much for the super chat. I really appreciate that very much. Happy Christmas, happy holidays, Merry Christmas to you and David. And just a reminder to anyone about super chat. If you look below the chat box, there's a little $sign. And if you want to highlight your comments or your questions so that not only can I see it, but everybody on the live chat can read it, you just click on the $sign and you make a super chat donation through the $sign. And not only, I just learned this because I was doing a little research about it. Not only does it highlight your question so that everybody can read it, how long it's up there depends on the dollar amount. So the higher the super chat amount, the longer your super chat is highlighted. And I didn't know that. I was wondering why some disappeared so fast and why some are up there longer. So if you want to ask a question and you want to make sure I see it, then the best way to do that is to highlight it, because it's really hard for me. We're getting hundreds of questions probably a minute right now, and it's really hard for me to see them all without you seeing my finger. And so super chat's a great way to stand out and get my attention and to get everybody else's attention. And Roy sent a $20 super chat, so thank you so much, Roy. I really appreciate that. Back to my shoes. These are Merrells. They have a pretty nice toe box. Look at that. Not bad, right? They're super lightweight. They're the Merrell Trail Runner. They're called, this is Flex Connect. And you can see they've already got some wear and tear on them. So I've been hiking in them. I think the longest hike I did in them was about 6 miles. I haven't been out with them with a backpack, but I'm liking them so far. I've probably got about 30 miles on them so far altogether. The only thing I'm a little concerned about is this is really rigid in the back here, and I feel it rubbing sometimes against my ankle. I'm a little worried that might be cause for a blister. It'll be a great opportunity in New Zealand to test them out, because I think I'm only doing like 24 miles. And so, 24 miles isn't a lot, and hopefully, maybe not even get blisters. But these are my new shoes, my Merrell, got them at REI, my Merrell Trail Runners. And that's what I'm taking to New Zealand with me. All right. Next question, Ralph.
Oh, good. Get me out of my pants down. Next question is from Wendy Safri. Would you change anything about your rig, size, type, etc.?
So Mary,
Wendy Safri.
Wendy Safri asks if I could change anything about my rig, size or anything. If I could change anything about my rig, what would it be? I have a good answer for this. If I could change anything, like this is like make-believe world, right? If I could change anything, guess what it would be? Do any of you have any guesses what I would change if I could change anything about my rig? Anybody? What do you think it would be? Hi, Ralph. Can we see your face?
They can see my face if they want.
A tub. If I could change anything about my 4x4. Actually, I hadn't thought about. I want to fly. I want a rig that flies. I want a rig that has like helicopter propellers that I can just go up and go over and sit down, because there's so many places I'm like, oh my God, that would be a great boondocking spot, but there's no roads. I guess a 4x, but I can't go everywhere even with a 4x4, right? I can't like go up a mountain and over and blah, blah, blah. If there's no road, I want to fly. So if we're in make-believe world, and if there's anything I could change about my rig, I would put helicopter propellers on it so I could fly. If you want a serious answer, okay, mileage. Yeah, that's freaking boring. Ugh, all right. I wish for 1,000,000 miles to the gallon. That's actually a really good one. I should have thought of that. I do spend a lot of money on gas. 8 miles to the gallon is what I get. So, all right, let's go ahead and here. Let's flip it around. All right. Yeah, let's do this. All right, y'all want to see Ralph? There, Yay! This is fun. This is what we're doing.
Yeah, there we go.
All right. Hang on. What do you think? How's that? Okay.
We're all good.
There you go. You can see Ralph and Larry now. All right. So Larry's got a question.
Jackie wants to know, did your mental health improve once you started dating your videos and putting some space?
So Jackie wanted to know if my mental health has improved since I started doing my videos on a delay. And the answer is my videos have always been on a delay. And it wasn't about mental health so much as about just logistics. You know, people don't realize like how much time being a nomad takes. I have to move every 2 weeks. I move more than that, sometimes every day, sometimes every couple days. The longest I'm ever in a spot is 7 days. Moving to a new spot is an all-day thing. Going into town to run errands, get water is an all-day thing. Even if I go into town and come back to my spot, it's usually an all-day thing. So on top of the extra time it takes just being a nomad, I have work, I have filming, I try to have a life. I try to do things I enjoy doing. So my videos are on a delay because I don't shoot a video and say, okay, this is the day in my life, and then sit down and edit it. That's not my process. My process is I shoot as I'm doing interesting, fun things. Well, okay, yeah, that is. So as I'm doing interesting, fun things, I'm out and about running errands, sightseeing. It's an all-day thing. The last thing I feel like doing at the end of the day is sitting down and editing a video. Then the next day I'm out and about, or I'm in camp, and I'm editing a past video. So anyway, it just ends up happening that I'm 4 to 6 weeks behind on videos. I still have videos now from October that you haven't seen yet because life and work. And, you know, it's an all day thing to edit one single video. One video takes all day. And I'm so far behind, I never get caught up. So it wasn't really a mental health thing so much as that's just the way my workflow goes. So, okay. Does that help? I missed 2 super chats. All right, hold on. Thank you for letting me know so much. Oh, where'd they go? Oh, no.
Oh, yeah, there.
Oh, see, they didn't. Hold on. I'll find them. Okay, bear with me. Here, talk to Ralph while I look for the super chats and thank people. Moderators, if you see them, let me know.
Technical challenges, as usual.
Fuck. I was gonna. Did you just hear me
It's
say
kind
that?
of fascinating to see this from the other side of watching Carolyn go through the chats. It does look different than from what you guys see, definitely.
Kim, Christmas cookie fun. Kim, thank you for thank you for the $10 for the Christmas cookie fun. Yay! Thank you, Kim. All right.
This one was a blue one.
Yep. There we go. Mr. Grunty Pants. Kevin the Pig says Merry Christmas and all the best to a new year. Mr. Grunty Pants, thank you for the $5 very much. And who's Kevin? You have a pig? Really? Do you have a pig named Kevin? Okay, so Heather says, happy holidays. I wish I could be there. One day my timing will work. Hi to Larry and Ralph. I'm glad you guys are there with each other. Yeah, it's kind of cool, isn't it? So, okay. Do I have another question from the audience? What symptoms did the puppy have? I've mentioned before that I'm not going to talk about that, and I wish people would stop asking me. I need to have some things that are private. This was a very private, very painful thing, and I said I was going to give you as much information as I am going to, and let's please drop it. Okay, did we have a question from patrons?
Jillybean says.
Okay, Jillybean says, hi, Jillybean.
What made you choose a lifestyle that is vegan-based?
Oh, good question. So, can you guys see me okay? Because I switched and it's kind of dark. Are you okay with that?
Looking good here.
Okay. Jillybean. Hi, Jillybean. I know your name. What made me choose vegan lifestyle? I think I've talked about this before, but in case you're new here, I know I'm talking really loud, but I have to for the camera, right? Can you hear me if I don't talk so loud? Anyway, my voice, I'm used to being like, okay. Anyway, I've had a lot of coffee. I'm talking really fast and I'm talking really loud. So I went vegan because my whole life, Bobby Webster. Hi, Bobby. It's good to see you. Thank you so much for the $19.99 super chat. I appreciate it. I've been weird about meat my whole life. My mom used to cook hamburger when I was really super young, like rare, like raw, so it was like beady inside. So I literally would like stuff it in my pockets and take it outside and bury it because I didn't want to eat it because it was disgusting. So I've kind of been weird about meat my whole life, and I've been thinking about becoming vegetarian for a very long time. By the time I did go vegan, I could only eat chicken breast, no bones, no skin, nothing gross, no fat, pork loin that was no bones, like anything. Like I was so grossed out by the idea of meat. I should have gone vegetarian a long time ago. What happened is I started running. I ran that half marathon. I was lifting weights. I was working out. I had a personal trainer, lifting weights. I was starting to have a lot of problems with inflammation. Things, did we lose them? I'm losing chat. Nope, there they are. I was having a lot of problems with inflammation. Things really started hurting. And so my chiropractor said, well, here are the 5 foods that contribute to Mr. Grumpy Pants, another 5. Yes, Kevin the pig and I met you at the... Oh, I remember. Yes, of course. How could I forget a pig? I remember that. Hi, Mr. Grumpy Pants. Thank you for the $5. So my chiropractor said, and it was like soy, alcohol, sugar, dairy, and one other thing that caused inflammation. And he said, so cut one thing out of your diet at a time until we figure out what's causing your inflammation. As soon as I cut dairy out of my diet, I felt it immediately. I didn't used to be able to sit Indian style. My knees were so swollen and I had so much inflammation. I couldn't sit Indian style on the floor. And I mistakenly had like a whey protein shake, not duh, whey is dairy, like a week after I cut dairy out of my diet, and I felt it immediately. And at that point, I was like, you know what? If I can't have ice cream and cheese, fuck it. All bets are off. I might as well go vegan, I mean, because I wasn't crazy about meat anyway. And I went vegan, and that was about 7 years ago, 6 or 7 years ago. And it was a lot easier than I thought it would be. I enjoyed finding completely new ways to cook. I actually have more variety now than I did before, learning how to use new spices and new vegetables. And the only thing I miss, Ralph gave me a tour of his RV the other day, and I walked in and it smelled like bacon. Bacon is the nemesis of every vegan, and it smelled really good. And I've said, you guys have seen in videos, I'm not a perfect vegan. I heard a friend refer to herself recently as not an ethical vegan. While I care about animals and I care about how, also by the end of my meat eating life, I was only buying free range, pasture, organic, nothing that was grown in a cage. I mean, that is very important to me. I hate how our commercial meat industry treats the food that we eat. And so that is a contributing factor, but the main reason I became vegan was health. Okay, next question. Sonia, is that Australian $30.99? Thank you so much. And she just wanted to say Merry Christmas. She loves my channel from Australia, and I love your vlogs. Have been here with you for a very long time. Sonia, I appreciate you. Thank you so much, and thank you for the super chat. It means a lot that you're here. It really does. The people who have been with me for a really long time, everybody, but it's an honor that people stick with me through the years because, not everybody does. I kind of piss people off sometimes. All right.
Would be me.
I think it's on Ralph. All right, Ralph.
Next question. Melissa, I'm going to butcher your last name. Mariani?
Melissa Mariani.
Mariani? I was close. That was close. She asks, what's your everyday go-to shoe when you are not hiking?
Did you all hear that? Can you hear him when I do that? Not everybody's as loud as me. Thank God. Okay. So, Melissa, yeah, your gut needs to feel healthy. Yes, it does. So Melissa asks, what's my go-to shoe when I'm not hiking? And that's a really good question. These are. I just bought these. Can you see them okay? Because the light's bad in here.
Here.
Do I need to go facing the sun again?
No, it's not bad.
Okay.
Not bad.
So I just bought a pair of Crocs. So I usually just wear cheap Walmart Crocs, but I've decided to buy a real pair because I need something more solid in the desert because the spiny things out here really hurt when you step on them and get stuck in your foot. And I have a video about that probably 6 months from now. Anyway, these are my go-to camp shoes. I love slip-ons, super easy, because I can wear socks. Can you see? Yep, because I wear socks, so because it's cold, so I can just slip them on and off when I need to come in and outside. So that's come in and outside. So that is my go-to shoe. Michael Kuro, £4.99 I think. Do you ever miss your old lifestyle? For example, hair, makeup, and clothes. If not, what do you miss about your old lifestyle? Sorry, $4.99. Michael, oh my gosh, please. I'm honored that everybody is here, and I'm honored. Thank you so much. And all right, and I will get to other questions from viewers. I'll scroll through in a minute and get some other ones too. Do I ever miss hair, makeup, and clothes? Oh my God, no. No, I don't. No, not even a little. And I don't miss, well, that might be a little personal, but I don't miss my bra either. I haven't worn, just to be honest with you. I'll go ahead and say it. You know, what's really interesting though is I was watching a documentary of Linda Ronstadt the other night, and she's on like Johnny Carson or something, singing her song, braless, completely braless. And I'm like, what happened to those days? Why do women have to like cover up? Yeah, don't get me started. I spent a lot of money, a lot of time putting on makeup, putting on a mask is how I feel about it now for many years, because I thought that's what I had to do to be acceptable to men. And now I find that without all that, I'm acceptable to me. And it took me a long time. I couldn't even go outside without makeup on for years, decades. I couldn't even run to the store or the laundromat without makeup on. So I don't miss it at all. I actually wish more women would go natural. This is our natural, beautiful selves, the way we are meant to be. Imagine if men had to wear makeup and dye their hair and put on high heels to go outside. So, no, good question. Very good question. I don't miss it. Patrick Keith, thank you for the super chat. My relief from the poverty of fascination in a miracle world. I love that. Have I missed any super chats? Melissa Brown, $5. I love your channel, and I wish I could be there to visit everywhere you go. But since I had a stroke, I just have to go with you. Melissa, thank you for the super chat, and I'm so sorry about your stroke. And this is part of the reason I share my life for people who can't be out here, so that you can, in some way, come out and be adventurous and live and see things that you wouldn't otherwise see. That's the part of this job that really I love, being able to bring people who can't come. So, and also to inspire those who can and just haven't yet. Brittany has $5 super chat. What was your turning point to get sober? My family member doesn't want to acknowledge that she has a problem, and we don't know what to do to help her. You can't help somebody who doesn't want to be helped. Mine was a progression. It evolved. It was a lot of things, from seeing family members literally fall flat on their face at a restaurant in their dinner plate because they drank too much. And I was sitting there drinking right next to them and said, that's me in 20 years. To my little sister, big brothers, big sisters. I think a lot of ways she saved my life. In order to be around her, I had to not drink. And I started wavering on that. And when I started wavering on that and trying to justify drinking around her, she came from a family that was kind of like the biggest turning point for me. I did not come into her life to just to be more of the same. And I think she saved my life in a lot of ways. But you can't help somebody who doesn't want to be helped. They have to get there themselves. And what a bottom, you always hear they have to reach their bottom. Their bottom may not be what you think their bottom should be. They might be homeless on the street, in the hospital, on their deathbed, and you're like, okay, this has to be their bottom. Not necessarily. They have to find it for themselves. So unfortunately, there's nothing you can do. I don't think, I believe in tough love. I don't believe that enabling people and pretending it's not a problem helps either. I think that you have to protect yourself. And if they are starting to be toxic around you and you need to cut them off, I think that could be a really good thing. But continuing to allow them to carry on the way they are and hurting people is just enabling them to keep going, keep giving them money, keep giving them excuses, keep giving them a place to stay every time they fall. I don't think that's helpful. All right. $10 from Heather. Okay, I feel silly being such a long-termer, but what did I miss about Germany and Paris? You mentioned it earlier. I know you may not be able to answer, but since you mentioned it, I had to ask. But what did I miss? Oh, I'm going to Germany. So I've been mentoring a young lady since she was 5, and I've told her ever since I met her that when she graduates from high school, I will take her anywhere she wants to go. She's graduating this year. and she wants to go to Paris in Germany. So in June, we're going to Paris in Germany. All right. Did I get all the super chats? Thank you all so much. So
did you get Patrick's?
Did I get Patrick's?
$20.
Patrick, thank you so much. Did he have a question? Yes, I did. My relief from poverty.
Okay.
All right. Anybody else? Let me see. Anybody else here have a question? Let me read. I'm just going to take a minute to read because I feel like I'm focusing. All right. Let me just read a couple other. Janelle says Merry Christmas. Hi, Janelle. Lucky Wells says hi. Thank you. JK Hawk. Hi. Yeah, you don't do makeup anymore. Hi, Shar. I don't think you need makeup. That's very kind of you, Shar. Thank you. Marie Kanger, my husband and I are alone. Yes, you like it better that way. Yeah, I know. Kind of like no pressure, right? It's kind of nice. All right, there. How's that? Is that my head's cut off? But, oh, hang on. I can do this. Okay. Maximalist minibus. I like that. Maximalist minibus. That's really good. You're very clever. I've been vegetarian for 35 years, but I like cheese too much to be vegan. Exactly. And, but there are some amazing vegan cheeses on the market right now. Miyoko's was the first, and they are still one of the best. But the last time I went into Whole Foods, the cheese aisle used to be like this. It's now like this. There are some amazing vegan cheeses out there made out of cashews. So try them. They're really, really good. So Earthshine Massage just watched a film on Netflix on how to do a vegan diet, how a vegan diet can straighten you out in just 2 weeks. I'm going to give it my best this year. Merry Christmas. Well, good luck to you, Earthshine. So the first few months I was on a vegan diet, I lost a little bit of weight, not a lot. I was pretty healthy back then anyway. Like I said, working out 6 days a week with a personal trainer and all kinds of crazy stuff. But you know, the weight started coming on, especially living in an RV, and I'm kind of back down to losing it again. But all right. Have you found a good cheese substitute? Shirley asks. Yeah, like I said, try Miyoko's, Miyokos, and they're from San Francisco Bay Area. And there are a couple of other ones. There's a bunch of them now. Don't do the almond cheeses that you see in most grocery stores. They freaking suck. They're horrible. Those are like the first ones that came out, and they're really bad. But anything made out of cashews is pretty good. So I would try those. Okay. I might let you talk to Ralph for a minute here. While I go take a potty break.
Oh my!
All right, I'll give them a minute to think of something to talk about while he gives. Whose turn is it for a question?
I think it's my
Either
turn.
or, you
All right.
probably have many more questions than I do.
So yeah, I don't know.
Right ahead.
All right.
So I'm gonna switch over to a channel member question here. So Jayhawk was asking about having a tow vehicle, also known as a toad, that I now know. Is it really necessary? Do you think you might get one at some point, or?
So y'all hear that? Hi, JK Hawk. It was JK Hawk, right?
JK Hawk.
Actually, I just saw you.
Yeah, he's on the chat here.
Yeah, I just saw you joined. So I think it's a she. I think I've seen your real name. I think you're a she. Asks if I have a toad, or what I think about toads. Would life be easier with a toad? What will I ever get a toad in the future? Kind of like living in a van. This is something that I debate quite regularly. I would love to be able to park my rig and have something to go sightseeing. You know, when I was like driving around like Memphis and Chattanooga, you know, some cities are narrow streets, very a lot of traffic. And while I'm pretty good at driving my RV, it's just a pain. And it would just really be nice to be able to park my RV and have a car to go sightseeing, to go do things in. I mean, 8 miles a gallon, you know? I mean, I'm carrying my house with me everywhere I go. And I'm feeling, the longer I'm on the road, I am feeling limited by my RV. So yeah, I think about it. But then I think about towing something and the boondocking I like doing. And they don't go together. I'm 24 feet. If I tow something, I'm going to be limited. I might as well go to a 35-foot RV. That kind of defeats the purpose, but you know what I'm saying, right? Having a toad is going to limit where I can go. And that's more important to me than being able to have something, convenient for driving around town. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Avoid big towns. I kind of do, but you know what? I like cities. I was just in Phoenix. I found an amazing Sweet Creations, I think they're called. gluten-free bakery in Phoenix. There's 2 locations. They had so many vegan options. I got cookies, I got scones, I got bagels, I got dinner rolls. I packed my freezer. So I do like, and I can always find a vegan restaurant. I can always find good health food stores and stuff like that. And I just kind of like the energy of a city. I still do enjoy going into the city once in a while. So a little scooter. I have so who is that? Jamor. I need to practice my French. Matthew says, get yourself a little scooter. That's definitely a possibility. That is definitely something I am considering for the future. But that also depends on whether or not I get a dog. Scooters and dogs wouldn't necessarily work. So anyway, all right.
Little dog.
I don't want a little dogs aren't dogs. I'm sorry. I just offended like 90% of my audience. Didn't I? Sorry. I love little dogs. They're good snacks for big dogs. I'm joking. Okay, we have 725 people watching. Let's see how much that's going to fall. 723. Yep, I lost 2 people.
Yeah. Yep.
Oh, Yorkie. I know. Get a dash and they're like Rottweilers. Yeah, I know. I'm teasing, right? I'm teasing. It's Christmas. Let's lighten up. All right. Yeah. Oh, holy shit. I just lost 12 people. Come on. Really? All right. Let's go to Larry.
Okay. Well, Kate Munoz says, your typical boondocking day, is your typical morning routine get up, make coffee, to work on your computer, or do you do something different?
So Kate Munoz basically wants to know what my routine is, a typical day in my life when I'm boondocking. And like when I'm just out here, what is a typical day? My typical daily routine has switched quite a bit since I got off the trail. And let me say really quickly, 713 people are watching, and I only have 180 thumbs up. Give a thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up. Come on. We need to see those thumbs ups. Come on. Mary Brown, thank you for the super chat. All right, thumbs up, everybody. And if you're not subscribed, please subscribe to my channel now. Okay, so what is my daily boondocking routine? So like I said, since the hike, my routine has changed a lot. I've kind of slowed down. It gave me distance from a lot of the negative stuff in my life, which is what I wanted. Part of the reason I went on the trails, I kind of needed to break my rut a little bit, and the trail did give me that and really helped me kind of back away from a lot of the negativity in the world. And so my routine now is that I get up in the morning. It used to be I'd get up in the morning, make coffee, sit down at the computer. I'd be at the computer for 4 hours. I would then make a second cup of coffee, make lunch, maybe go for a walk, sit down at the computer for another 5 hours. That was pretty much my life. Now what I do is I get up, make coffee, I write. I'm writing. I'm so excited. I've been writing for a couple weeks now, and I might have a book out coming soon, a couple books. So I'm really excited about writing again. It's really helping to spur my creativity just by journaling. So, but in the process of journaling, I'm writing a story. Anyway, so right now that's what I do. I sit down with my cup of coffee, and I bought decaf, so I can have 2 cups of coffee now. And I sit down and I write for about an hour, and then I might read for an hour, and then I go for a walk for like an hour, and then I work for a couple hours, and then I make dinner, or I go for another walk, or I go outside and putz around, and then I might work for another couple hours. And so I'm not working as much, which is really good. First 3 years of starting any new business, I work constantly, literally constantly. And I'm at a place now where I can pull back a little bit, and it feels good. So that's it. So I'll work a few hours in the afternoon, make dinner, and then usually by the time I make dinner, it's time for me to sit down and catch up on my news. And I watch all my news on YouTube, and I'll watch probably about an hour of news, and then I'll find something fun to watch and do that. And then I'll read. Then I'll go to bed and I'll read from my Kindle. So I'm in the middle of like 4 books right now. So I've got hardcover books that I read during the day, and then at night I lay in bed and read on my phone on my Kindle. So that's the day in the life of a boondocker. All right, I have another. So Journeyman says, got rid of the RV, got a van, looking at a motorcycle and maybe a sidecar for my dog. Yeah. but then again, that would all require towing something, and I don't want to pull anything. Canadian George Wells, $2. Thank you so much for $2 Canadian. Glad to see you live. I'm glad to see you here, George. Thank you so much. And happy belated solstice to you as well. Thank you. And so we're at 335 thumbs ups. People say they can't figure out how to do it on their phone, and I don't know either. Will you ever come to Eastern Canada? Probably. You know, well, that question is coming in a minute, but I want to go everywhere. Literally, I want to go everywhere, like everywhere. So I will be there eventually. I mean, so I think maybe, I just thought about that. I think maybe part of what we fall into a mindset of I have a finite amount of time in which to do stuff because that's how we're trained, right? I'm going on vacation, so I have to do everything in 2 weeks. We're going on vacation, so I have to do everything in 3 weeks. My life, this is my life. I have forever. You know, I can travel for at least another, how old am I? Probably at least another 15 or 20 years. That's a lot of ground to cover. So I will get there eventually. I promise. Ralph.
Next question is by this amazing person that just happens to be named Ralph, amazingly enough. And he wants to know, what would you say is your biggest camping disaster?
Okay. So Ralph asked me, what is my biggest camping disaster? I've never shared this publicly before. I think Ralph already knows the story. I have shared it with patrons, some patrons. Okay. I've never shared this before. Are you ready? You guys, why is my oh, here we go. Hang on, my pod is doing funny stuff. I'm going to fix it before I share this secret with you. You ready? Are you all there? Secret. I'm not going to tell you the secret until you subscribe, though. Make sure you subscribe. All right. Are you ready?
More super chats, people. Come on.
All right. My biggest camping disaster. So the final straw with Matilda of like, why did all of a sudden I need to get rid of Matilda? Well, she literally shit on me. Yep. The black tank busted. It fell off. That was, and I'm not going to give any more detail. It was ugly. It was awful. I was literally ankle deep in my own shit. And yeah, my black tank fell off. It was freaking awful. It was awful. I didn't even want to talk about it. I was so mad. I didn't even want to talk about it. And it took me a long time to talk about it, but that was my worst camping disaster. And it took a lot to clean up. It took a lot to deal with. It was freaking awful. So, yeah, that was my worst camping disaster. And I knew it. I knew that black tank was going to fall off. Remember my fiasco with the RV repair guy in Florida who charged me $1,000 and didn't do anything? One of the things I asked him to fix was a strap on my black tank because it looked like my black tank was sinking and sinking and sinking and sinking. And he's like, no, it's fine. That's what they do. Nope, it freaking fell off. All right. So I had to improvise for a while, driving around without a black tank. That's all I'm going to say. All right. Actually, yeah, I pooped in a bucket. I joined the poop in a bucket club. I did. Yep, for quite a while. And it wasn't as bad as y'all think. All right. Finding joy through serving, $9.99 super chat. Thank you so much. And thank you for the blessings. I appreciate it. Blessings to you as well. And nobody can beat that story. I know. You know what? And if I get to know you and we're ever sitting around a campfire, I will tell you the whole story because it's pretty, it's kind of funny. It is because I'm an idiot. I mean, and I made a lot of mistakes, but it's pretty funny. It's a bad. Yeah. All right. Yeah. Okay. You know what? I'll introduce my friends here in a minute because I know I've got some new people. But yeah, Larry is with me and Ralph is with me, and they are helping me moderate and ask questions today. So my book is not offered in paperback yet. It's a hard process to get an ebook into paperback, and I was laying in bed thinking about it last night. I will get my book. Okay, hold on. I will get my book in paperback soon. I promise. I was laying in bed last night thinking I just need to do it. And in case you aren't aware, I have a book called How I Got 20,000 YouTube subscribers in 40 days. It's my complete marketing strategy, my complete marketing guide, everything I did to build my channel. And if you follow even half of what's in there, you will be more successful on your YouTube channel than you're being today. I guarantee it. So go to Amazon. how I got 20,000 YouTube subscribers in 40 days. It's only $9.99, and I will put it out in paperback soon. All right, Larry has a question from the fan club.
Vivian says, just wondering how long you're going to be in New Zealand.
So Vivian wants to know how long I'm going to be in New Zealand, and I'm going to be in New Zealand 3 weeks. 3 weeks. I wish I could say longer, but with two big trips this year, and you know, honestly, if it wasn't for Huck dying, I wouldn't have, you know, even like dreamed of doing another trip, because 2 trips abroad in 1 year is a lot, and I would go longer, but you know, yeah, you can't. I don't want to be accused of e-begging here. So, but you know, I mean, it costs money to go abroad. So I'm only going for 3 weeks, and then I've got the 2 weeks in France and Germany coming up in June. So, I don't know. I might go back. You know, maybe I'll go back and spend 6 months. Who knows? But right now, I just needed to get away. All right. Do you want to ask another question, Larry?
Well, Carla says, have you heard of the small homes being built in California? A new craze, turning trailer parks into micro homes for the elderly.
So Carla asks if I've heard about the new tiny homes in California turning trailer parks into tiny homes for the elderly. And no, I haven't heard anything about that. So I see a deleted message. Did I have somebody accusing me of e-begging? I did, didn't I? You know, you people are fucking, excuse me. See, I've had too much coffee and I've been hanging around with friends. So I'm like all like, but anyway, I'm sorry. Oops. Am I? I don't know. So tanks don't have feelings. People can't take everything personally, right? So all right. Who is that? My moderator, Nano. Oh, hi, Nano. I'm glad you're here. It's good to see you. She's laughing. Oh, fudge. LOL. Laugh my butt off. You guys, you don't mind me being real. Most of you don't mind me. This is me. Ask these guys.
She's real.
I swear a lot. So the fact that I don't swear more in videos is nothing short of a miracle. A Christian miracle. All right. You ready?
Ready?
All right. You guys need to, they all went to the bathroom.
Yeah, we got to give you a
Who wants to talk? Do you want to ask Ralph some questions or Larry some questions? I'm gonna go potty break, okay, guys?
potty break.
And you guys,
I can tell my story.
You can tell your story.
I can tell my story. Okay. Well, are we tilted?
Why? Oh, here we go.
There we go. Perfect. So yeah, a lot of you guys know me from Patron and such. I've been following Carolyn for over a year now. I started in like a lot of other people, you know, saw Bob Wells' site. I was, you know, looking to figure out what to do for retirement. Typical thing, you know, I'm sort of in that early 50s range as well, trying to figure out what I want to do. And it's like, you know, maybe travel in an RV. It's not too expensive a lifestyle. So of course, you start Googling around and you find Bob, and then you find Carolyn pretty quickly as well. And I was like, well, if she can do it, so can I. And fast forward to this year, I'm out in RV out in that direction there. A little rental from Cruise America, trying out the lifestyle for 6 weeks. So, because I don't want to do just a little 2-week jaunt, and you know, you're just getting used to everything at that point. So this way I get to actually experience the lifestyle, you know, and almost sort of start to get the hang of it a little bit. So it'll be interesting to see. I'm only just doing my first week here, going to meet up with Carolyn and Larry here, and it's been great so far. So we'd like to wish you guys all a wonderful holiday out here. Hopefully you're all cozy where you're sitting there as well. And I see Carolyn has managed to make it back at the end of my story. That worked out very, very well, definitely.
It did.
So.
All right, I'm gonna shit. Oh shit.
Oh yes, and I'm going to be at the RTR at some point. We're gonna have to see how that works out. Definitely, I see Heather was mentioning it there. So yeah, So yeah, I managed to survive a little bout on the YouTubes with everybody here. Carolyn.
Yeah, how's it feel?
A little intimidating, actually.
Yeah, it took my friend Christy a while. At first, I'd put the camera in her face and like I could totally see like how nervous we get. And now, and I don't know if she's watching today. She might be, but if you are, hi. But now she jokes about it. Now I turn on the camera and she's like rushing over to be in the shot. It's really cute. But I like having her. It's kind of fun having other people in my videos. So how are you all today? I mean, I've been doing a lot of talking. So someone is walking behind you. That's Debbie. Well, you want to say hi?
Hello, Merry Christmas.
Wait, there she is, Debbie.
Hello.
Yay, she's here for our, what time is it? Okay, all right. Well, I'm going to keep going as long as you guys want to keep going. What is wrong with my stupid... All right. My legs on my tripod keep, like, getting loose. Okay, so how are you? Everybody saying hi, Debbie. Hi, Debbie. Cool beans. Hi, Debbie. Debbie G. Patrons will know her. Patrons will know all of these guys. Hi Debbie. And makeup makes, so Valerie says makeup makes the skin look worse. I gotta tell you, when I look at women now in makeup, not everybody, some people do it extremely well and it looks really natural, but it looks fake. It looks really fake to me. After I mean, I've never gone 4 years without wearing makeup since I was 13. So Pam asks me, would I rather have an RV or a Sprinter van? I guess an RV, because I have an RV. I don't like Sprinter vans because they're narrow. I don't like how long and narrow they are. I've considered them, and I've been in many of them, and some are very, very built out very well, but they're too narrow. Although I did see one recently, she has a YouTube channel. I can't remember the name of it, but and hers is kind of nice. I don't know. I like my RV. I'm excited about going to New Zealand and living in a van. I'm kind of working on hopefully a sponsorship deal with the van company. Stay tuned for that. So I will talk about that more. And it's a van. It's a van, and I'm excited about seeing what it's gonna. I'm only gonna be living in it for a week, but it'll be interesting to see because I'm really starting to think more and more. I've said this for years that I'm gonna end up in a van, and yet I keep buying RVs. So who knows? All right.
We got a fair number of questions still on the list.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Serena, I missed your super chat. Oh no, I did. Hang on, let me go back. I'm gonna find super chats. So reminder that super chats get highlighted. So if you click on the $sign below your chat box, you can send a super chat and it will be highlighted. And I'm sorry, I'm just talking while I find Serena's super chat. And it'll get highlighted. Heather, $10. I know you mentioned you were doubting yourself before hitting the road. Did you ever have people around you telling you you were mad? I didn't tell anybody, so no, not really. P.S. Sorry, my doxies scared you. Yes, they did. Your little dogs are evil. They're dangerous. They nip at your ankles. But thank you. But yeah, no, I didn't tell anybody. And I don't have family. I told a couple friends, and I think people. I went on a hike, and people kind of looked at me like I was a little insane, but they didn't really tell me. People in your real life aren't as openly critical as people online behind a screen. Finding joy through serving. Okay, I'm not seeing that I missed a super chat. Anybody else seeing that I missed a super chat?
I went back as far as I could.
Oh, Serena, $5. Hi, Carolyn. When you visit New Zealand, North Island, go to 90 Mile Beach. It's beautiful, and you can drive the whole beach and camp. Really? Serena, thank you for the highlight. Thank you so much for that. I will... When you visit New Zealand, North Island, 90 Mile Beach, that sounds amazing. Except I'm not going to have a vehicle in the North Island. Yeah, I don't know what I'm doing yet for the North Island. Okay, but I will definitely look into that. I might rent a car. Yeah, so we'll see. But thank you so much. Great tip. Okay, Ralph has more questions.
All right, Kara Person asks, what's the best thing you like about making videos for a living, and what's the most challenging thing?
Who asked that?
Kara Person.
Okay. Cara. I think
Cara person?
Cara.
I butcher names too.
No, because I just did a welcome to Patreon video for her, and she said I got her name right. So Cara, hi Cara, new patron, hi. So what do I love most about making videos, and what is the biggest challenge? I think I've probably talked about this almost ad nauseum, but in case many of you haven't heard it, apparently a lot of you have not heard it. Oh my God, Gail, I did. Yes, you are one of the few people. Oh, Gail knows me from my former life. Gail and I were colleagues. We worked, she owned also a small business owner. She owned a small business, she still does, small business marketing media company. We've worked on some projects together, and we became friends. And I think you, Gail, you are like the only person in my life on a professional level, I think, that I told. So hi, Gail Knott, Merry Christmas. And she is now living in an RV full-time with a brand new baby. Congratulations. And we keep hoping to see each other down here, and it hasn't worked out yet. You're still in the Bay Area. But yeah, so for everybody who think, no, I'm not going to do that. But anyway, hi, Gail. Good to see you. And $1 from Windy59. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. So what do I love about making videos? I love that I get to inspire people to not only, this isn't about me inspiring or telling people you should live in an RV. I differ from the other big, huge nomad guru out here in that I do not think everybody should live in an RV. My goal is to show it as realistically and authentically as possible and help you decide. But I don't think of myself as like learning how to live in an RV. I think of my channel as learning how to be me, whatever that is. Learning how to be my authentic self, chasing my dreams, whether it's buying a tiny house, buying a homestead, going off grid, moving to another town, changing careers, leaving my husband, leaving my wife, whatever it is. I like to think of my channel. The backdrop and the boondocking is just kind of like where I ended up. But I like to think of my channel as just helping people to see in themselves what they see in me. The courage, the inspiration, the fearlessness. You all have that within you. And I've always said, I'm a mirror. This isn't about me. This is about me showing you your possibilities. And by being here 2D on video, I show you I'm a reflection, right? And of what you're capable of. And so that's the part I love the most. I love knowing that I'm reaching people. I love knowing that my story matters. As a woman who has been silenced and shamed much of my life, to be able to speak out loud about what happened to me and to hear from other women especially, but men too, that I've helped them come to terms. I've helped them feel less alone. I've helped them maybe understand themselves a little bit better. That I'm about to get teary-eyed. That is it for me. We've been silenced, all of us, men and women, who have been victims of abuse and sexual assault and sexual abuse. We've been silenced too long. And it's really important for me now to be a voice for so many of us who haven't had voices and who maybe still haven't found their voice. That's the I'm tingly. I mean, that is really what this is all about for me. The worst part, as you know, is, I've made a lot of mistakes in my life. I've done a lot of stupid things. I've hurt people, but I'm not evil. I'm a good person at heart. I care about people. I want what's good for people. I want to help people. And to be accused of the things that I get accused of has been extremely difficult. I finally had a breakthrough about that recently, and it doesn't bother me anymore. And not, probably within the last 6 months, I started really blocking a lot of the hate and negativity. And I finally got to a point where I now completely understand the hate and the negativity isn't about me. It's about a version of me they had to create in order to feel okay about themselves, because I challenge them in ways that I drive people nuts. And I watched another successful YouTuber the other day, and he said, you know what? If people don't hate you, you're doing something wrong. You're not doing anything that matters. If people aren't criticizing you, if people aren't attacking you, then you're not doing anything important. And, and I go to sleep at night knowing that every hate comment I get, every troll that makes a video about me, accusing me of the most ridiculous things, I know is because I'm doing something so important that it's driving them nuts. And that's a good thing. So yeah, I've really come full circle on that whole thing. As many of you know who've been watching me the first 2 or 3 years of Trolls, I just don't understand how anybody can watch me and think that I'm evil. And that was really hard. But I've gotten over it. I realize now it's not me, it's them. They're the evil ones, right? It's like total, what's the word? Projection. Yeah, I'm not evil. How can anybody think how can anybody think I'm evil? I'm like an evil genius, apparently, right? So, anyway. All right. Next question. Oh, Larry's out of questions.
No, I don't have a question here.
I'll go.
Okay,
You
Ralph
can do
has
the
a
next
question.
one. I got more. So Donna Lee Hayes says.
Actually, hold on 1 second. I'm sorry.
Yep.
Because that was really heartfelt, and so a lot of you are reaching out, and so I want to talk to you. Valerie says you're right, and that's the truth. It's jealousy. Yes. Dana Debadoo says been there, and I'm not going back. Yeah, good for you, right? Kelly Pearson says you give me strength when sometimes I don't have it. See that? I'm so honored and so touched that you know, like I said, and I love that Christmas Day, we're here, which is so hard for so many people. So many people feel so alone, and they're locked in their shame, and they're locked in a lot of the patterns of family and stuff, and it just brings up, there's nothing like a major holiday to bring up all that old shit. And that's why I was excited about doing this today, because I know a lot of us it brings up a lot of crap this time of year. And to know that I can be here to help you not feel so alone in that ickiness is an honor. So thank you for being here. And we love you, muy loco. Yeah, muy loco también. Group hugs. Oh, I love you guys. Mwah! Okay. All right. So we are not responsible for other people's thoughts, Donna Grande. Exactly. Or even other people's actions. And, you know, if they want to be dumbasses, just let them be dumbasses. I believe you are a very good person. Thank you, Lynn. Thank you so much. Shar says, totally, Carolyn, you're right. You are so good. And they criticize. Seen it in so many vlogs. I know. People have to hate what they don't understand. Oh, okay, that's brilliant, right? People don't understand me because I'm too real. You know, that's what it is. See, that's what I'm seeing. People believe the shit people say about me, which is lies, but they don't believe me, who is like, you can't fake being as real as I am. You know, that's the other thing you don't know about me. I'm an excellent fucking actor. Yep. I should win an Emmy. Yeah. All right. Hi.
You got a good super chat there.
I got a good super chat. All right. I got a super chat that I have to say thank you for. You're all awesome. I wouldn't be here without you guys. I'm honored that you guys allow me into your lives. I'm honored that you can watch me with an open mind and that you can forgive my many, many faults when I make them, you know, and I stick my foot in my mouth. I screw up a lot. And those of you who can kind of see the bigger picture and what I'm trying to do here, I'm honored by you being here and allowing me into your lives. And are you talking about Shelly Chappelle? Shelly Chappelle sent me $49.99. You are very kind. And she says, I'm finally coming out. Scared, but so excited at the same time. I have a caravan with 2 dogs. One's a fat basset. Is there any way that you would take people out for a bit and get paid for this? So Shelly, congratulations on coming out. That's huge. That's huge. It sounds like you say you have a caravan. You're in New Zealand. That's how they refer to caravans. Congratulations. I can't imagine what you must be going through right now. I bet you're probably terrified and scared. So I often think, what's next for me? Some of you have even asked me, is YouTube sustainable for the rest of my life? I don't know. Probably not. People aren't going to love me forever. People are going to get bored with me. People, even your favorite TV show, goes off the air eventually. People are going to get bored with me. And so I think what is next for me, and that is, Shelly, that is one thing I have thought might be a possibility. Maybe start like an all women's adventure club or adventure travel agency type thing where we go do adventures together. Where is my camera? Okay, am I looking at the camera? Yeah, there's my camera. So possibly, that's the best answer I have for you. I might consider, in order to do that and charge people for it, there's insurance, there's permits. It's not just, I can't just say, come and boondock with me and pay me to teach you how to live in an RV. I'd have to, there's a lot involved, insurance and permits and stuff. So it would have to be a business. And it might be something I consider. Congratulations, Shelly. Good luck. Good luck. Okay. All right, Ralph.
All right. Back to Donna Lee Hayes' question. She was saying, I love hiking and exploring. However, I'm very directionally challenged. How do you find your way back to your RV when you're out exploring?
So Donna asks, how do I find my way back to my RV when I'm out exploring? For 2 years now, I've actually been thinking about doing a video about hiking in the desert. The desert's super easy. It's all flat. I can't get lost if I tried. Well, I probably could. I'm giving myself too much credit here. I probably could. But I use a walking app. There's a bunch of them. I map my hike. I walk. You know, there's Endomondo. There's a bunch. Just go to the app store and look for a hiking app. And that's what I use. Turn on the hiking app when I leave the rig. Not only does it tell me how many calories I burn, how far I've walked, but it also gives me it shows me on a map where I've walked. And so if I want to come back, and I have used it, I have not in the desert, but you know, I've been out in the forest and I've gotten turned around and I have had to use that. It's live GPS navigation. So if you get off your blue line from where you came, you can find your way back to that blue line of your path. Am I making sense? Mm-hmm. You can find your way back to that blue line to take you back to your rig. So any walking app, and most of them, you do not need a cell signal. You just need GPS. So good question. All right. How we doing? Everybody still here? I still have 700 people here, so I don't see any reason to end it now, right? I was going to do an hour. How you guys doing? You need to write a memoir. I'm working on it. I am. I'm so excited. I have almost the first chapter done. Well, rough draft. So I've been wanting to write a memoir forever, but I've been stuck on, I've had a title forever and I've been trying to like figure out how I'm going to fit my memoir into that title, and it just hasn't worked. And so now I'm like, screw the title. I'll write the memoir and then title it. So, you are stuck with me. Richard Thomas. Hi, Richard. Hi. I don't think I've said your name, and I know you're here. I recognize your name. So that's very kind. Thank you. All right. And thank you for, okay, I'm having a hard time seeing the phone. Okay, so hello, how are you doing? Hello from Helen from the UK. Hi, Helen from the UK. Thank you, I'm doing well. How are you? And Debbie, New Hampshire here. I knew you would answer me after waiting for days for a live chat. Hi, Debbie, thank you so much.
I'm being a shadow.
Oh, thank you. Oh, and Darren Dar asks, what if my battery went dead? I'm assuming you mean my engine battery. I have roadside assistance and I make sure my battery is healthy, and I have an auxiliary start on my battery. So what that means is I have if my engine battery goes dead, I can push a button and it'll get a jump from my coach battery to start my engine. Yes. And stay tuned for those of you who do not have 6.4 liter engines. I have something coming up for you in a video soon on how to charge your battery if your battery goes dead. And Jeff says, when life throws you a curveball, hit the curveball. I like how you think. Absolutely. Slam that mother out of the damn ballpark, right? That's right. All right. Do I ever get scared hiking alone? No, never. I did in the beginning. Have I ever told you the story about my first hike? I'm not going to tell it now because I've been talking a lot and fast. Wow. I should do that more often. The first time I ever went on a backpacking trip by myself was a one-nighter, and I was terrified. I thought I heard chainsaws in the woods behind me. But once you do it a lot, you stop being afraid. I mean, on the Pacific Crest Trail one night, I'm laying in my tent, and I heard animals outside my tent, and I'm like, oh, there's something outside my tent. Listening and listening. Oh, I think it's deer. Listening. No, maybe it's a bear. Well, you know, I mean, that's like literally like how I do it now. I've spent a total of, so I was 56 days on the PCT. I was 26 days. That's 82 days. Plus I've spent more than 150 probably between all my little trips in the backcountry alone. That's a lot. That's like a third of a year. So that's a lot to help you get used to it. So no, I don't get along. All Women Adventure Club. You guys like that idea? Yeah, I do too. So that might be something I might enjoy doing, right? You know, do like basic backpacking skills, maybe basic survival skills, because that's something I would like to learn how to do. All right. Hi, Deborah Jackson from Rickstorm, Cape Cod. How long will I be in Arizona? Mary asks. I don't know that I want to answer that, because I think it might give away more information about my plans and my location than I want to. I think you'll understand, but I'm going to be here for at least another week. How's that? Okay. Do you want more questions from, Greetings from Finland. Hi. Finland is on my list. I have a bucket list that I've had for years. And, so the story behind New Zealand, when I got Huck, you know, remember, like my whole thing about was, do I want another dog or not? My whole thing was, because I want to travel. And I wanted to travel abroad, and the whole thing was about when Capone passes, I will be free to travel abroad. And that was part of the reason I wanted to wait to get another dog. But when I was on the PCT, I was like, yeah, you know what? Companionship is more important than travel. Well, right after I got Huck, two of my good friends who also, we used to work together at a company, and they retired and moved into an RV about the same time I did. And they travel the world. They've done the Camino. They've been to Italy, I think. I mean, they travel the world. Like right after I got Huck, they posted on Facebook that they were going to New Zealand, and I was like, oh, I got this sinking feeling I'm never going to get to go to New Zealand. And New Zealand as a backpacker is just high, has always been high on my list, right? It's like one of the most, I think New Zealand and Patagonia, right, are like meccas for hiking and wilderness and adventure. And Patagonia, I always figured I can drive to eventually with a dog. So when they posted that they were going to New Zealand, I was like, I really felt like a regret and like a tug, like I will never get to New Zealand. So when Huck passed, that was the first place I thought of, you know, and actually my friends are going to be there the same time as me. So we're going to connect. And yeah, so when Huck passed, I was like, that's it. I'm going to New Zealand. That's the one thing that was like top of mind. And so that's where we're going. Okay. Ralph has a question.
Question from AJ Johnston.
Oh, I know this question.
This is a good question.
I know AJ's question. Hold on. I have to grab my drink. Oh, never mind.
Oh, yeah, it's right beside you.
I have it. Okay.
Yeah. If you were stranded in the middle of nowhere, and you were told you can pick one human to join you for help and support in this predicament, famous celebrity or not, who would you pick?
Okay, AJ asks, if I were stuck in the middle of nowhere, who would I choose for help and support? It can be anybody, alive, dead, celebrity, for help. And so I didn't read the help and support. So I read it the first time I was stuck on a desert island, and who would I choose? And I laid in bed at night a couple nights thinking about this. And so who would I choose to help me? Okay, I'm going to answer this two ways because I already had one answer prepared. If I were stuck somewhere, okay, who would I choose to help me? All right, I'm going to answer your question because I talk enough. Survivor Man.
Of course.
Les Stroud. I have a little bit of a crush on him, to be honest with you. If any of you know him, it would be Les Stroud. Now, to get me out, you know, if I was stuck in a situation in the wilderness and I needed help getting out, it would totally be Survivor Man. I mean, who else would it be, right? If it were a desert island, though, if I were stuck there indefinitely and I just needed somebody to survive with, to live with, I think first I would choose my friend Christy. We've known each other for like 30 years. We've been through everything together. We finish each other's sentences. It's kind of scary. We're really close, and she's smart. She's she's extremely intelligent. She'll challenge me when I need to be challenged and tell me I'm full of shit when I'm full of shit. And we've been on road trips together, and she can hold her own. She's hiked she's a city girl, and she hiked this crazy mountain out in the desert with me last year. So it would be her. No, Bear Grylls, from what I heard, is not the real thing, unlike Survivor Man. The other person, a celebrity, you're going to laugh at this. If I were stuck on a desert island forever and I could choose anybody, the first person, I know you're going to laugh, the first person that came to mind was Rachel Maddow. I know, that's crazy, but she's so smart. And I would need intellectual stimulation. That's what I was thinking. I'd be bored to death, stuck on a desert island for the rest of my life. And we could talk politics for days. She wrote a bunch of books about it. She wrote a bunch of books about Russia. And I loved, that's what I studied in college, So I know that's a weird answer, but that's it. And it's a hypothetical. So, any other questions? No? That's it?
Well, no, we got more here.
Okay. Les Stroud is awesome. So who? Mary Beth. Yeah, he is, isn't he? He is. Is Christy gonna join you again? I have more videos of Christy coming up. Actually, we visited some hot springs. So yeah, for her birthday, I picked her up in San Francisco. She needed to get away. She was having a tough time with some things. And so I picked her up in San Francisco. I was like, she was like, I need to get away for my birthday. And I'm like, all right, I'm on my way. And I said, anything you want for the next 3 days, whatever you want to do, you want to drive, you want to sightsee, anything you want to do. This is about, you getting away. And the plan was to pick her up in San Francisco and drop her off in Reno so that she could fly back. And that's what we did. So I've got some great video. We went through big trees, camped at a campground in big trees. And we've got some beautiful hot springs. And I just need to make those videos. They're coming up probably in about a week or two. I know Les Stroud saw Bigfoot. I know, Ralph. Phil! Hi, Phil! Phil camped with me a couple years ago. I know. Ralph here is a naysayer.
I'm a skeptic.
He's a skeptic. And he didn't like Les Stroud once he started talking about Bigfoot. But Phil,
He's good otherwise, though.
Phil knows. Yeah. All right.
Another question?
Do you want another question? How about you guys are enjoying this because you're sticking around. Would you take my 3-year-old husky mix? He's a good dog and I have to move and people don't let big dogs move in. No, I appreciate that, but no, thank you. Okay. Question.
Paige and Neri.
Paige and Neri. Hi,
Neri.
Paige and Neri. Paige is
I've
Paige.
just started drinking kombucha, especially after antibiotics. Some are good, others will make you puke. What are your favorite brands and flavors? Have you ever tried making your own and how did it go?
So did you guys hear that? So Paige and Neri, and Paige is Paige and Neri is her dog, said that she's tried kombucha and they make her want to puke. So she knows I like kombucha. So what flavors and brands do I like? And have I ever tried to make my own? So I've never tried to make my own. And I'm drinking kombucha right now. I am. And it's delicious. And I knew this question was coming. So I brought my bottle. So this is one of my favorite brands. My favorite flavors. Okay. That's it. That's my favorite. It's backwards. I don't know why it's backwards, but that's okay. So, is it backwards for you?
Chicken. No, it's okay for me.
Oh, weird. So, this is my favorite. Yeah. Natalie says hers too. One of the things that I'm starting to look at though is sugar content. I prefer, and this one does not have sugar in it. You got to watch out. A lot of the kombuchas have like raw cane sugar in them. The other one I like is the Synergy Mango. Oh, it's so good. So it's called Synergy and the mango flavor, but it's got a lot of sugar in it. It's like 10 grams of sugar, but it's sweetened though with like mango juice. It doesn't have sugar in it. So I really, Gingerade, this is like my favorite. I like the gingers. I like the lemons. Some of the turmeric ones are okay. I don't like the cayenne ones. They're okay. But yeah. Hi, new member Max. Oh, Maximalist Minibus. Hi, you joined. Thank you for joining my channel. That's really sweet. Lynn asks me, have I boondocked around Canada? Would anybody like to answer that question? I have. I did a whole month of boondocking in Canada. So check out my Alaska playlist. I boondocked all through British Columbia and the Yukon 2 years ago. And I have some beautiful footage. British Columbia was beautiful. Okay, so Paige. So have you tried this one, Paige? I don't think you're here, but if you watch this later, let me know if you've tried this. Do you guys have any favorite kombuchas? What are your favorite kombuchas that don't make you puke? And maybe you can help Paige out. Okay, what time is it? Okay, I'm going to end in 10 minutes. So any more burning questions from you guys? And I'm going to take another question from, how many more do we have?
We got a few here.
Maximus, you hate kombucha. It's not for everybody. I like it because it's usually it's fuzzy because I only drink water and coffee. So it's fizzy and it's not too sweet. Soda's way too sweet for me. Okay. How many?
8.
We have 8 more. We're not going to get to all of them.
No, we're not going to get to all of them.
So I'm going to let Ralph, as a viewer, sort through the 8 questions we have left from people I asked before. And we're done with fan club too?
Yes.
And I'm going to let him choose 2 more, maybe 3 more questions that he wants to know, that he thinks you guys might want to know. I know what I was going to do. Well, Ralph is doing that. I know that some people showed up maybe late. So I want to introduce you to who is here. We've got Ralph. Hi, Ralph. And he has been a wonderful help today, along with Larry. Larry is here. And you want to say hi?
Sure.
And we've got Debbie.
Hello.
Debbie is here. There we go. And we're expecting a couple more people. We're gonna have a potluck for Christmas, and I have been camped here with Larry and Ralph for a couple of days, and we've been having fun. And they were kind enough to help me do this today. So let's all give Larry and Ralph a huge round of applause! Yay! For the wonderful job they did today. Yay! Helping to keep this flowing. It really makes live streams so much easier when I'm not doing this. You know, we all watch live streams and they're like, oh my God. And, you know, and hello, thank you. Oh yeah. Oh, it's awful. So this really helps kind of keep things flowing. So woohoo. Yeah. Thank you. And, you see, Natalie says hi. Natalie Daniela, Catherine Herm says hi. Karen says hi. Michael Rice says hi. Uncle Mo. How have I not said hi to you? Did you just get here? Hi, Uncle Mo. You're always so nice to me. Thank you so much. And Uncle Mo says, thanks for the holiday live stream. Thank you for being here, and safe and happy travels to you. I hope you're having a good day and doing something lovely for yourself. Hi, Angie. I recognize you. It's good to see you. Glenn says, thank you. Have to go. The granddaughter is waking. Well, have fun with your granddaughter. Give her a big kiss and a hug. And all right. So we've got 3 more questions Ralph is going to ask. 2 or 3 more questions. And if you have any burning questions, let me know, because we're gonna be signing off here soon, because I think my throat might hurt.
All right, next question. Nano asks, what is your motivator or trick to keep naysayers or your own fear from yipping in your ear head that might keep holding you back from doing something new?
So Nano asks, what tricks and tips do I have for warding off the negativity of naysayers and people who say that you can't, and my own fears when I am about to set out to do something new? And I've said this before. Well, see, I had to find a way to maybe make sense of things. A lot of you have family. A lot of you have close friends because you're good at relationships. I'm not. I don't. And, you know, so I don't have family harping at me, telling me that what I'm doing is crazy. So that's, you know, it kind of sucks sometimes, but it's also kind of good. I don't have to answer anybody, and, you know, I'm on my own. I feel like an orphan, and that's okay. So I don't have to worry about that. And I know a lot of you do face family, and you do face critical family, and even well-meaning friends. And I've never had that, so I don't really. I'm free to do whatever I want, and you know, while people who are close to me might express their opinion, the people I surround myself with now will express their opinion in a loving and kind way, and will still understand that things that I do are my choice. It's my life. It's my decision, which, in my opinion, is how friends should behave. As far as my own fears, did that make sense?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. So yeah. So as far as negativity and naysay, how do I handle I take other people who matter to me, and that's, you know, I don't take constructive criticism from Joe Blow down the street that I don't know. You have to earn the right for me to take your constructive criticism. I don't know you. I don't know what your experience is. And I get a lot of constructive criticism from a lot of people I don't know. And it doesn't mean anything to me. I take constructive criticism for people who have earned that right for me to take what they say in vain. No, not in vain, in order to, give it the weight that it deserves. People I respect, people who I know, who have proven themselves to be knowledgeable in an area or knowledgeable about me, right? I mean, we all do that, right? We take constructive criticism from people who matter, from people whose opinion means something for whatever reason. And so when I am dealing with negativity from people whose opinions matter, I take it, I weigh it, and I think about it and I process it. And is it valid? How much does, and yeah, okay, all right, you know what? She's right. I should think about that. And I didn't. And I don't know, I just weigh it. And sometimes sometimes I don't know, I'm babbling. I weigh everybody's who matters. I weigh everything, and still in the end I need to decide for me what's right for me. As far as my own fears, I just don't get afraid. I don't. I know that sounds crazy. There's very little that scares. I can't think of the last time I was afraid. I mean, I get tense driving on crazy roads. Yeah, I do kind of get scared. But my thing since I was in my 20s is if I'm afraid of something, I face it. I was afraid to go backpacking alone, so I did it. I was afraid to, I don't know. If I'm afraid of something, I do it, so I'm not afraid of it anymore. Bungee jumping. I'm afraid of bungee jumping. I don't know if I'm going to do it. Okay. I don't know if that answered the question at all, but as far as as far as dealing with my own fear, I just do it. I have a really bad habit of jumping in and figuring out how to do things as I go. And as far as negative things from other people, I think my best advice is to ask yourself how much that person's opinion really matters. And if it doesn't, ask where their negativity is coming from. And if it's just from a selfish place because of their own fears, then take it with a grain of salt. If it's someone that you care about and that you do respect, take it into consideration when you're figuring out what you want to do. Take it into consideration, but don't make it the consideration.
Next question.
That was a long answer.
April Swift.
Hi, April.
Would you mind showing and telling us the beautiful story of your mountain tattoo?
Oh, so a lot of you have asked that. So April wanted to know the story behind my mountain tattoo. So I've never talked about it because that's just one of those things I didn't feel like talking about. I'm not the Truman Show. But I did get a new tattoo before my hike. And I don't think you're going to be able to see it. Here, let's do this. All right. So some of you have noticed it and you've asked me about it. So I got this in Oregon before my hike. And I wanted something to remember Capone by. And so this is my memorial tattoo to Capone. There are paw prints here and footprints walking toward the mountain. And in the beginning, he ran circles around me when he was a puppy. He'd go wild and go all over the place. And then he walked with me. And then the footsteps go off into the mountains alone. And I'm walking alone without my buddy. And that just kind of represented me kind of walking not only to the PCT, but kind of through life and through the wilderness without him. And so that's the story behind that. Many of you might remember that at some point in Oregon before my hike, I had a mystery infection on my arm. And that was part of the reason I didn't want to talk about it, because I didn't want a bunch of unsolicited advice and opinions about it. Half of it got a staph infection, really bad. If anybody gets a tattoo and they want to put Sanoderm on it, which is a new way that some people protect tattoos, run for the hills. He put Sanoderm on it and half of it got really, really, really bad infected. And I had to get antibiotics. I am going, when I get back from New Zealand, to a new tattoo artist that a lot of my friends are using to get it touched up, because it got a mess because of the infection. And it's also not quite what I wanted. And he didn't do a very good job. So stay tuned. I'm going to get more, maybe some Northern Lights. I'm going to get some stuff done to it. So I'm looking forward to that. Thank you for asking. But yeah, what do you think? Yeah. We love Capone. I know. I miss him so much. I still miss him so much. All right. We have one more question from Ralph, and then I'll turn it back over to you for any burning questions, and then we will probably sign off.
Edie.
Edie.
I seem to have lost the left glove of several pairs. Is it any easier keeping track of things in the RV? Mind you, she can lose things even leaving the room. LOL.
All right, let me see. I'm going to read some of your comments about, so a lot of you are saying this tattoo is beautiful and that it looks good. Thank you. I really appreciate that. Joe says Merry Christmas from Reno. Angie says she likes my tattoo. Catherine says it's beautiful. Thank you. It is. And on the trail, it almost like the shading on it almost looked metallic. It looked, the infection made it look really, really weird. And that was the thing. I got it done like a month before I got on the trail because I wanted to make sure it was healed for my hike. But I got a lot of comments on the PCT about it, or a lot of compliments. But Bev says, I love the tattoo on my right arm. Yeah, that was my first, like, I'm free. I don't have to worry about being professional anymore. Anyway, yeah, the dandelion. And so yeah. And are you excited about New Zealand? Yes, I am. And Blue Star asked me that. Catherine says she's getting her tattoo done in New Zealand. And Henrietta says the tattoo looks good. She never got one. Too afraid of pain. It hurts like hell. I'm not gonna lie. Georgia says, how do I send you a gift? I'm asking that in lieu of a gift, if you mean like an actual gift, I'm asking that you send that you donate to a charity of your choice. Or if you want to donate to a charity of my choice, you can go to child-haven.org and make a donation to them, or to a dog shelter of your choice, or Big Brothers Big Sisters. But thank you, I appreciate that. So in lieu of any gifts, feel free to make a donation to any charity. But if you want to make a donation to mine, Child Haven in Fairfield, California, I used to serve on the board of directors, so you'll find it. Big Brothers Big Sisters, or dogs. Okay, so McBeanie, question about hiking. I'm afraid of heights and I really would love to go hiking. What trail do you recommend for someone afraid of heights? I don't have any answer for that. I'm sorry. Try the All Trails app. It's All Trails, AALTRAILS. It's an app that you can put on your phone and it'll show you trails anywhere you want to go with lots of information and reviews. Can I have one? Okay, Debbie says, can I have one-on-one? How? One-on-one, I'm not sure I understand the question. Okay, so Ralph asked me the last question from patrons, which is Edie asks that she has a trouble keeping track of her other glove, keeping gloves as a pair in her house. She said, is it any easier to keep track of stuff in an RV than it is a house? No.
I'll agree with that.
I lose stuff. No.
Me too.
I think in some ways, the smaller space makes it even more challenging. I've got a lot of stuff in my rig. Yeah, so I'm sorry, Edie. No, it's not any easier at all. I lose stuff all the time. I mean, I was just telling them I made muffins last night, and I thought I had everything for the recipe. I had oatmeal that I needed to grind into oat flour, and I knew I had oatmeal somewhere. I knew it. I tore apart my cupboards looking for my oatmeal. I'm like, I know I have oatmeal. I literally tore apart like 3 cupboards that the first one it should have been in with all my baking stuff, and I couldn't find it. So I'm putting all my ingredients together. I'm like, fine, okay, I'll find another recipe and I'll make quinoa flour muffins instead. And so I found another recipe. I get everything all put together and I'm putting everything back in my cupboard, and there it is. I found my oatmeal in the cupboard, but in a basket it shouldn't have been in. And I thought it was in a jar, and it was in a bag. And that, so yeah, it's still kind of challenging. Wow, I can't believe we still have 650 people here. I feel kind of bad about leaving you because I know a lot of you have been looking forward to this, but I hope you have enjoyed hanging out with me and spending a little bit of your day with me. I hope you all are finding something fun and relaxing to do on your day. Thank you for spending part of your day with me and part of your lives with me and allowing me into your lives. It's an honor and a privilege to be invited into your home and into your lives every day. It really means a lot to me. And I hope that for those of you who weren't feeling very good today, maybe you are alone, and maybe some of those old feelings are coming up, and just, holidays remind us of stuff, good and bad. And some of us just really struggle this time of year. And I do want to say, if you are really, really, really struggling, there are suicide hotlines. Reach out to a suicide hotline in your area. If that's what's going on with you, if you need somebody to talk to, I hope that you can find a therapist that will help you. But please don't go through whatever you're going through alone today. Find somebody who will be there for you and who can listen to you, because you're not alone. No matter what you're going through, you're not alone. We've been through it too. Okay. Thank you for being here. And I really appreciate each and every one of you. And thank you for letting me spend part of the day with you. I'll see you all soon. Thank you, Larry. Yay, Larry and Ralph. Thank you. Thank you. They were wonderful, weren't they? They're hired. All right. I'll see you all soon. You want to say, let's do, see you all soon. Wait. In the meantime, be happy, be free, and be kind. Mwah. Merry Christmas. Happy Hanukkah. Happy solstice. Happy day. I love you guys. Thank you. Bye.